Okay, Mr. Rudra. So, Mr. Rudra will be doing maxima minima questions. Maxima minima questions. Now, these maxima minima questions, as per your syllabus, you will have these two terms: stationary points and turning points. So, let us first look at the graph of 4x cube minus 3x plus 3. Let us see what does the graph look like. 4x cube minus 3x plus 3. Now, if I take the help of my Desmos calculator, so 4x cube minus 3x plus 3, this is how it looks like. Now let us try to analyze this. This is the function 4x cube minus 3x plus 3. This is the differential of the function 12x square minus 3. Now, when I look at the differential, this differential is a slope function, of fx. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
F dash x is a slope function of fx. What this implies is that this first differential of fx gives me the slope of this function. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Now, if I need to understand where the slope is zero, I need to put dy by dx is equal to zero. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So when I try to solve this, I take 3 common. 4x square minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to plus minus 1 by 2. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So from this information, what I get is that dy by dx is 0 at x is equal to minus half and x is equal to half. Now, is the graph of this function, which function? This function. Is the graph of this function supporting this fact? Let us check. So, this is 2, this is 1, this is plus half. At plus half, you can see that dy by dx is 0. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Similarly, this is minus 2, this is minus 1, this is minus half. Again, what I see is that at minus half, the slope is 0, as is being supported here. Mr. Rudra, are you following the logic?
Yes, sir.
So what I have seen is that at dy by dx, the slope of the function is 0. Another thing that I notice is that when the slope is 0, the graph of the main function is taking a turn. Mr. Rudra, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
We had taken points like these. Here also dy by dx is 0. Here also, dy by dx is 0. Here also dy by dx is 0. Here also dy by dx is 0. But what we have discussed previously is that here when dy by dx is 0, in the neighborhood, the slope changes from positive to 0 to negative. But at a point like this, the slope is 0, but the slope is not changing. No change in slope. No change in slope in the neighborhood. in the neighborhood. Here also the slope changes from positive to 0 to negative, and around this point the slope changes from negative to 0 to positive. So what we can make out is that when f dash x, that is when the slope changes from positive to 0 to negative, that is a point of maxima. And when the slope changes from negative to 0 to positive, that is a point of minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
And but that doesn't mean that every time the slope would be changing, there would be points like these also. Points like these also. Now near these points, the slope would be 0, but there would be no change in the sign. In the neighborhood, it remains 0. Sir, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So, after a long discussion, we can understand the difference between stationary points and turning points. So, let us call this A, let us call this B, let us call this C, let us call this D. So all the points are stationary. A, B, C, D are stationary. So that implies wherever dy by dx is equal to 0, it is a stationary point. And what is a turning point? Turning points are points where you will find either a maxima or a minima. So points like A, C, D would be turning points. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Mr. Rudra, I'll repeat again. At stationary points, dy by dx would be 0. But at turning points, you will dy by dx would be 0. Of course, it would be 0. But near the turning points, the slope would be changing from positive to 0 to negative, or it will be changing from negative to 0 to positive. And that is why these turning points A, C, A, C, D would either be points of maxima or they would be point of minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So if you want to understand this in terms of Venn diagrams, all all turning points would be stationary points, but there would be few points which will be which would be stationary, but they won't be turning points. Any doubt, Mr. Rudra?
No, sir.
Okay. So when we look at this graph, let us calculate the differential again. So this is the function. The first differential is 12x square minus 3. I have explained it to you that this is basically the slope function. If I want to find the stationary points, what I should do? I should put dy by dx is equal to 0. So when I put this is equal to 0, the 2 points that I get are plus or minus 1 by 2. And as I have explained to you before, at minus 1 by 2 as well as at 1 by 2, I can see that the slope of the function is 0. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so when I put dy by dx is equal to 0, the values that I get, the values that I get would be the stationary points. So I will get the stationary points. The stationary points can be 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever. Now, out of these stationary points, I will need to check what are the turning points. What are the turning points? Now, for understanding the turning points, I will need to analyze how the sign of f dash x function is changing. What does this imply? This means that if I see that the function is changing from positive to negative, when the value of x is increasing, when the function is changing from positive to negative, that will be a point of maxima. And when the function is changing from negative to positive, the slope of the function is changing from negative to positive, that will be point of minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, let us try to understand this further. So this 12x square minus 3 can be written as 12x square minus 3 can be written as 3 4x square minus 1. This can be written as 3 2x plus 1 into 2x minus 1. This can be written as 3. Let me take even the 2 out. Let me take even the 2 out. When I take the 2 out, it will become x plus half into x minus half. So basically this function, I can write this function as 12x plus half into x minus half. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now I need to analyze the behavior of this slope function. This is my slope function. I will erase the rest of the things and let us check the behavior of the slope function around the two stationary points that I have got. The stationary points, incidentally, in this case, I have only two stationary points, and those stationary points are half and minus half. So this is my minus half, and this is my half. And I want to check the behavior of f dash x. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
I want to check the behavior of this slope function around the point minus half and the point half. Why? Because I want to see whether this is maxima minima or whether this is maxima minima. So how can I check that? I can take any random point here, any random point here, any random point here. So the easy point which I can take on this side, the easy point which I can take on this side can be, let us say, minus 2. This is a number line. This is a number line. So the easy point that I can take is minus 2. Here the easy point I can take is 0. Here the easy point I can take is plus 2. And what do I do with these numbers? Minus 2, when I put minus 2 here, when I put minus 2 here, this will be negative. This will be negative. Negative into negative would be positive. So my slope function would be positive here. when I take 0 and I put it here, when I take 0 and I put it here, so this will be half, this will be minus half. The answer that I will get is negative. If I take 2 and I put it here, this will be positive. Again, this will be positive. Positive into positive is positive. So I'll get a positive answer here. Mr. Rudra, are you understanding the logic?
Yes, sir.
The slope function is changing from positive at minus half. Anyways, the slope function is 0. From positive to 0 to negative, around half, it is changing from negative to 0 to positive. So minus half is a point of maxima and half is a point of minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So previously I was calling these stationary points because only dy by dx was 0. But now it is confirmed that this minus half and half are actually the turning points where minus half is the maxima and half is the minima. So, Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Now, the final step that I need to do in these questions before I forget, because you might forget that in your exams, the final point that you need to do is you have found x is equal to minus half, you have found x is equal to half, you know x is equal to minus half is a point of maxima, x is equal to half is a point of minima. You are sure about this. But then, what is the value of fx? What is the value of fx at x is equal to minus half? For that, what you need to do is you need to put the value x is equal to minus half in this function. So this will be 4 into minus half cube minus 3 into minus half plus 3. You will get the value of fx. Similarly, for x is equal to half, you need to put the value x is equal to half in this function. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So this value of x is equal to half, you need to put in this function. So 4 into half cube minus 3 into half plus 3. And you will get the value of fx. And if you understand what I'm saying, basically you have got the value of x is equal to minus half here. Now when you have this value of fx, this is the value of fx that you will get. Mr. Rudra, have you understood the logic?
Yes, sir.
The value of fx that you will get, that we can see in the graph without calculation, this should be equal to 4. And when I put x is equal to half in this function, the value of fx that I will get would be 2. Mr. Rudra, any problem?
No, sir.
So basically, if I forget all the calculations, I can make out that this is the value minus half, where the value of fx is 4. This is the value half, where the value of fx is 2. So this point is half comma 2, and this point is minus half comma 4. This is a point of maxima. This is a point of minima. Here at around minus half, the function, the slope function is changing from positive to 0 negative and near x is equal to half, the slope function is changing from negative to 0 to positive. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So this is fx, this is f dash x. So I'll repeat what I did in this question again. To find the turning point, basically to find the stationary point, what I did was I found the value of dy by dx. This is the value of dy by dx. To find stationary point, I put dy by dx is equal to 0. So I came to know that x is equal to half and x is equal to minus half are the stationary points. Now, if I need to check that whether a stationary point is a turning point, what I need to check is that is this slope function in the neighborhood of half and minus half. So usually what I do is I draw a number line. I put this point minus half here. I put this point half here. Then I trace the value of this f dash x function in the neighborhood of minus half first and in the neighborhood of half later. When I have to find the value of minus half in the neighborhood of minus half, if I have to trace the slope function, I take some easy point on this side and another easy point on this side. Similarly, when I have to track the value of the slope function around this easy point I have already taken, I can take some easy point here. Mr. Rudra, are you following?
Yes, sir.
Now, this and this can be a turning point if there is a change in the slope from positive to 0 to negative or negative to 0 to positive, then these stationary points become turning points. But if you see that nothing is happening around this point, that the slope remains like this, we'll have an example like this also. We'll have an example like this also, where what you will see is that, for example, let me take, we'll do a question like this. But when you do the analysis, what you will find is that here the slope would be negative, here the slope would be negative, and here it might be positive. So if you see, there is no change in the sign of the slope. So this would remain a stationary point. But here the slope will change from negative to positive. So slope would be negative here, 0 here, positive here. So this will be a turning point. And because the slope is changing from negative to 0 to positive, this will be a minimum. So Rudra, are you understanding or you are confused?
So understand.
Okay. So that is why what they are saying, initially what they will say is that find two stationary points. So for finding stationary points, you find dy by dx. That will be equal to 12x squared minus 3. We have already found the value of two stationary points. That was half and minus half. Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, determine whether each of the stationary point is a maximum or a minimum. Give reasons for your answer. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
So, as I have explained to you before, so what you need to do is make a number line. You need to trace the behavior of this slope function. If the behavior changes from positive to negative, negative to positive, positive to negative. So positive to negative would be something like this. Negative to positive would be something like this. So this would be maxima and this would be minima. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Rudra will take 2-3 more examples, so don't worry. Okay. So, Mr. Rudra, now let us see the second question. The second question is from May, June 2020, question paper 42. Now, in this question, y is equal to x4 minus 4x cube. Find the value of y when x is equal to minus 1. So, this is a simple question. All that you need to do is y is equal to minus 1, 4 minus 4 minus 1 cube. So, this will be 1 minus 4 into minus 1. This will be equal to 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Now the second question is again the question about find two stationary points on the graph. So whenever I have to find the stationary points, all that I need to do is I need to take the differential. The differential is the slope function. Now when I take the differential of this x4 minus 4x cube, when I take the differential, Mr. Rudra, what will be the differential of x4 minus 4x cube?
4x cube.
बोलिए. Four x cube minus 4 into 3x square. So
Yes,
this
sir.
will be 4x cube minus 12x square. Now I need to put f dash x is equal to 0 to find the stationary points. And I need to solve this. This is my, Rudra, this is my slope function. This is my f dash x. So when I solve this, how can I solve this? I can take 4x square common. I'll be having x minus 3 is equal to 0. So it implies x is equal to 0, 0, 3. So these two, see Mr. Rudra, what you need to understand is that this is a cubic function, 4x cube minus 12x square. So it is a cubic function. You need to have 3 roots. And how do you get the 3 roots? Because here when x square is 0, I get 2 values of x, 0 and 0. So that is why you are getting 2 values of x, and this is the third value of x. So the stationary points of this function are 0, 0, 3. But these are the values of x. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So that is why if you see, you will have to fill in the blanks here. So one of the value would be 0, the other would be 3. You need to put the value of y also here. How will you find the value of y? So 0, 3. When I put 0 here, I get 0. When I put 3 here, I need to put 3 here. The value that I'll be getting is 3 raised to power 4 minus 4 raised to power 3 cube. Mr. Rudra, can you calculate this? So when you put x is equal to 3 in this function, it will be 3 raised to power 4 minus 4 raised to power minus 4 into 3 cube, and the value that you will be getting is a minus 27. Minus 27. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
This will be 0, 3 and 3 minus 27. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Now let us analyze the graph of this function. So have you noted these two values, 0, 3, 0, 3 and 3 minus 27. So let us see the graph of this function, x4 minus 4x cube. So x cube minus 4x cube. This is the value of function that we have. Now, if you look at this graph, x is equal to 0. Of course, there is something happening here. This is a stationary point. Again, there is something which is happening at Rudra, what was the second value? 3 and minus 27. So this value would be 3. If I expand this, then you will be able to see it clearly. So see this point. This is 3 minus 27. Mr. Rudra, have you understood the logic?
Yes, sir.
So 3 minus 27. So this is the value that we have calculated to be 0, comma 0, comma, and this value that we had got was 3, comma, minus 27. Let me check the value of. Let me check the value of. So 0, comma 0. This value is 0, comma 0. 0, comma 0, and this value is 3, comma minus 27. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So now let us try to understand the difference here. Now this point 0, comma 0 is a stationary point, but this point is not a turning point. Similarly, this point is a stationary point as well as a turning point. Why this is a turning point? Because the slope is changing from negative to 0 to positive. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
But if you look closely here, the slope negative 0 and it remains negative. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Let us have a close look at this function. So if you see this function, around this point, the slope here is negative. Here again it remains negative. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
And if we try to analyze this, mathematically also, so I know something is happening around. I know something is happening at these 2 points, 0 and 3. So I mark these points 0 and 3. The slope function, the f dash x function that I have is 4x cube minus 12x square. Now I'll try to check the behavior of the slope function around this point and this point. The slope function that I have is this 4x cube minus 12x square, which is the same as saying that this is equal to 4x square into x minus 3. Okay. Now around 0, if I take a point, let us say I take a point -1, I take a point 1, I take a point 4. Now, what we see is if I take -1 and I put -1 here, so this will, let me write it here, 4x square into x minus 3. Now, when I take -1 and I put it here, this will become positive, this will remain negative. So positive into negative would be negative. Again, if I take 1, this will be positive, this will be negative, again this is negative. So if you see, the slope function goes from negative to 0 to negative. Basically, it doesn't change sign. Mr. Rudra, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
And that is why this is only a stationary point. But if we analyze the behavior around in the neighborhood of point 3, what you will see is that if you put 1 here, it will remain negative. This slope function will remain negative. At 3, we know it is 0. At 4, this will be positive, this will be positive, so it is positive. So from negative to 0 to positive, from negative to 0 to positive. So 3 would be a point of, Mr. Rudra, maxima.
Yes, sir.
Sir, any doubt?
No, sir.
Let us check in the graph also. From negative, I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry. Negative slope is like this. This is 0 and this is positive. So this will be the point of minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So let me check this in the graph also. Yes, I can see this in the graph also, that in the vicinity, in the neighborhood of this point, the slope is changing from negative to 0 to positive, and that is why this is the point of minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So, Mr. Rudra, the next question that we are doing is May-June 2020 question paper number 41. So, in this question number 10, B part. So, a curve has an equation y is equal to x cube plus 8x square plus 5x. Work out the coordinates of the 2 points. Now, whenever I have to find turning points or stationary points, so the first thing that I need to do is find the value of f dash x. Now f dash x is the slope function. F dash x is the slope function. Why do I call it the slope function? I call it the slope function because using this function, I will be able to tell the slope of this function. So when I calculate the differential, when I calculate the dy by dx, so the dy by dx of this function is 3x squared plus 16x plus 5. Now for finding the turning points, of course, first I need to find the stationary points. Stationary points is where dy by dx is equal to 0. So I need to put this equal to 0. When I put this equal to 0, I get 2 points. One point is x is equal to minus 1 by 3 and the other point is minus 5. Now, these are the stationary points which may or may not turn out to be the turning points. If I need to check whether they are turning points or not, so again I draw a line I draw a line like this where I write the value of x is equal to minus 1 by 3 and x is equal to minus 5. The slope function that I have is f dash x is equal to 3x plus 1 into x plus 5. Now I check the behavior of f dash x around minus 5 and minus 1 by 3. When I check the behavior around this point minus 5, what I find is that on the left of this minus 5, on the left of minus 5, let us take an easy point like minus 6. So this will be negative, this will be negative, negative into negative will be positive. So this implies that the behavior of the slope function on the left of this point would be positive. Positive means there would be a slope like this. Of course, at this point, minus 5, the slope is 0. On the right side, if I take a easy point like minus 4, I put minus 4 here. I need not calculate the exact value. I just need to see whether it is negative or positive. So when I put negative here, negative 4 here, this will be negative and this will be positive. Negative into positive would be a negative. So in this range, the function, the slope function will be having negative value. That means a slope function would look something like this. So around minus 5, when I go towards the right, the slope function changes from positive to 0 to negative. That means the function is maximum at this value. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Similarly, when I analyze the behavior of the slope function around minus 1 by 3, on the left side of minus 1 by 3, I already know that the slope function is negative. On the right side, okay, if the slope function is negative, this is how it will be look. This is how it will look like. On the right side, I take a easy point like 0. Again, I just need to find the sign of the slope function. I need not calculate the exact value of the slope function. So when I put 0 here, this is positive, this is positive. Positive into positive is again a positive. So this is how the slope would look like. So the behavior has changed from negative to 0 to positive. So this would be minima. That implies minus 5 is a maxima and minus 1 by 3 is minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, x is equal to minus 5 and x is equal to minus 1 by 3. Minus 5 I have understood is a point of maxima. And minus 1 by 3 is a point of minima. The other calculation that I need to do is that at x is equal to minus 5, what is the value of y? At x is equal to minus 1 by 3, what is the value of y? And usually one of the mistakes that you might do is that because these sums are a bit involved, so usually what I have seen is that when you calculate the value of x is equal to minus 1 by 3, you may make a mistake that you can put the value of minus 1 by 3 in the slope function. Mr. Rudra, have you understood?
Yes.
So that is what that you need to avoid. The value of minus 1 by 3 needs to be placed in the actual function. The value of minus 5 needs to be put in the actual function. And from there you will get the value of 50 and minus 0.815. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Now let us plot the function and try to see whether I can see the same behavior in this Desmos plot also. Okay. So this is my function. Okay. This is the function that I have got. Now, the first thing that you need to understand about this function is that this is a quadratic function. This is a cubic function. And what you need to understand about cubic function is, or at least in this cubic function is, that you can see these points, this point, and this point. These 3 points are the roots, the real roots of this cubic function. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
And if you want to know the exact value, then what you can do is, see, this value would be 0, 0. This value would be minus 0.683 comma 0. And this value would be minus 7.3170. These are the roots of this equation. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
And of course, we need to analyze. Our question is regarding the maxima and the minima, and that if you see, this point is minus 0.33 and minus 0.815, and that is the answer that we had got. The same answer we have got, that this point, this point here is a minima. Similarly, if we look at the maximum value, again this graph will show you that minus 550 is the point of maxima, and of course that is being shown in the slope also. Slope is positive here, becomes 0 here, becomes negative here. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
And let us see the behavior here. Let us see the behavior here. The behavior of the slope function changes from negative to 0 to positive. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Rudra. So the next question that we are doing is February-March 2020. Now this is question paper. This is question paper 42. Okay. Now, again in this question, what we see is the curve has a equation y is equal to x cube minus 3x plus 4. So I need to find the stationary points. So I'll start with assuming that whenever I have f dash x, I'll start with an assumption that I need to find the stationary points. To find the stationary points, I need to find f dash x. Then this I call as my slope function. So for finding the stationary points, I'll put this equal to 0. When I put this equal to 0, when I put this is equal to 0, so basically I am solving this equation, this quadratic equation. When I'm solving this quadratic equation, I get 2 points, minus 1 and 1. So this implies that something in the graph is happening around minus 1 and 1. So I can have a situation like slope going from positive to 0 to negative, or I can have a situation around this point, slope going from negative to 0 to positive, or vice versa. I can also have a situation where the slope is going from negative to 0 to positive, or from positive to 0 to negative. And of course, another case might be that there is no change around this. So in that case, I understand that this point, if nothing happens around this point, this will remain a stationary point only. This won't be a turning point. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
So the first part is work out the coordinates of the two stationary points. So I have found the value of minus 1, 1. So these are the 2 points which are the stationary points. When I put the value of minus 1 and 1, I'm telling you again that the value of y needs to be calculated from the main function. Please do not put the value of x in the slope function. So when I put the value of x is equal to minus 1 here, the answer that I get is 6. And when I put the value of x is equal to 1 here, the answer that I get is 2. So these are the 2 coordinates that I have, minus 1, 6 and 1, 2. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So these are the 2 points that I've got. Now the second part is determine whether each stationary point is a maximum or a minimum. Give reasons for your answer. Okay. So again the slope function. There was something which was happening around these stationary points. So I plot them on this x-axis. Now when I need to find the behavior as I go towards the right, around in the vicinity of -1. Again, I need to check the behavior of the slope function in the vicinity of x is equal to 1. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Now, around -1, I take two easy points, -2 and 0. When I put -2 here, this will be negative, this will be negative, negative into negative is positive. Of course, at -1, I know that dy by dx is 0. At 0, when I put 0 here, the answer is negative. So around -1, when x is increasing, the slope function goes from positive to 0 to negative. Therefore, -1 would be a point of maxima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
And similarly, when I analyze the behavior of the slope function around my stationary point 1, as I go towards right, what I find is that my slope function, the sign of the slope function, changes from negative to 0 to positive, and therefore it would be a point of minima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Let us check this behavior in our Desmos software also. Okay, so this is my plot of this function x cube minus 3x plus 4. Again, what you can see is that it is a cubic function. I should be having 3 roots. But what you can see is that there is only one real root. The other would be complex roots, which is not part of our syllabus. The second thing that I can see is that this point is 1, 2. This point is -1, 6. This is point of minima. And this is a point of maxima. Mr. Rudra, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay.